I'm Laura McBride and welcome to part 2 of my Disney inspired design set for the beautiful Emma Louise Critchlow's birthday. We are going to be doing some beautiful crystal placement in this workshop, so let's get started. Hi everyone and welcome to part 2 of the design set for Critch's birthday in pink. So over in part 1 we have already created this beautiful bow, the castle and our glitter fade, and now we are going to do a little bit of crystal placement, and it is all about the bling. So I've already prepared my nail tips. So on the top section of this nail I have used 2 coats of cashmere from the core collection, and then I've gone in with I'd Rather Be Shiny to create this beautiful high shine. And then I've gone in with my Candy Kisses that we have used over in part 1, again from the core collection, to create this chevron. So I created this chevron using my striping brush and then filling in this area and obviously making sure that I was capping that free edge. Now this chevron doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be covering it in crystals. So to do my crystal application I'm going to be using Gem Buddy, which is absolutely perfect for your pointed backs, flat backs and your caviar beads. So I'm going to go in with my brush and pick up a little bit of that Gem Buddy to be able to put along this chevron. So I'm going to start at the center and then pull that Gem Buddy up along that line that we've created along both sides, because you'll see that the Gem Buddy will hold your crystals for the entirety of this crystal placement. So I'm going to create a Mickey head at the base of this chevron, and to do that I'm going to use my pink crystals here from Crystal Parade, and I'm also going to be using ABs as well. So I'm going to go in with a larger AB first of all and pop that right in the center of my chevron. I'm going to look down the barrel of the nail to make sure that it is in line with that central point of the nail, and then I'm going to go in with a couple of smaller AB crystals again along the top of that chevron to create our Mickey head. So I'm just going to scooch these over, make sure they're butted up nice and securely against each other, and then I'm going to go in with my pink crystals to create the line along that chevron. So all of these crystals are available from Crystal Parade, and I'm popping them into my flip tray, giving it a wiggle, and they will all flip themselves over and line up ready to be placed on the nail. So I'm going to go in with my smaller crystals and pop them on, not worried yet about creating that perfect line. I just want to get them on the nail, okay, right the way down to that side wall. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Now normally with other gem glues you would probably have to have gone in by now with a flash cure to make sure that they stay where you put them. With Gem Buddy you don't have to do that. So I'm just going to count my crystals. So we've got 5 on this side and 5 on that side, which is perfect. And now I'm going to use the end of my pickup tool just to push the crystals down into that Gem Buddy to make sure that they're nice and secure, and also manoeuvring them so we've got that nice straight line. So again, just looking, making sure that I'm happy with that, which I am. Okay, and then that's going to go in for a flash cure, which is 30 seconds, because we are going to do some caviar beadwork. So I'm going to use my silver caviar beads I'm going to pick up a little bit of Gem Buddy and pop it down, and I'm going to roll my caviar beads into that Gem Buddy. So what this does is it creates an encapsulation for our caviar beads to make sure that they are all rolled into that Gem Buddy, so that we can just pick them up and place them down onto the nail and they'll be nice and secure. So that has now had a flash cure, and into every corner that we have created with those crystals, I'm going to pop a caviar bead. And what this does is it completely finishes off the look and completes your, that one's a little bit too small, so I'm just going to get rid of that. It completes your crystal placement, and I'm going to do this side and then show you the other side, and then you'll see what I mean by that. So just using the end of my brush just to tease those caviar beads into that corner, picking them up one by one and placing them down. Now, a lot of people tend to shy away from caviar beads because they worry about how they're going to last on your client's nails, and it does come down to the adhesive that you're using. Now, I've had clients that have had crystal placement on their nails, and they have lasted a good 5 weeks without losing any crystals or any caviar beads with using this Gem Buddy. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to pop a caviar bead here at the end of my line of crystals just to finish that off, and you can see now how this looks completely finished and this doesn't, and that is why I love caviar bead placement so much. I would never do crystal placement now without using caviar beads. So I'm just going to come along this other side, again placing my caviar beads into each corner, and also making sure that I'm not getting any of that Gem Buddy over the top on the facets of my crystals. You don't want that to happen because it will dull your crystals, okay? Because what happens is the facets of your crystals are what give your crystals the shine. And if we smooth that out with any product, whether it be top coat, base coat, or your Gem Buddy, it will smooth out those facets and it will prevent your crystals from sparkling. So you don't want that to happen, and that's why as well we roll our caviar beads in that Gem Buddy so that we can prevent that from happening, okay? So again, I'm just going to pop one right on the end of our crystal line. I'm just going to go through, make sure that they are all sat really nicely into those corners, and you can see the caviar beads that I've placed on this side haven't moved at all while I've been doing this side, and that's exactly what you want, and that's due to Gem Buddy being such an incredible product. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp now for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. And I'm just going to remove those caviar beads that didn't quite make the cut and move straight on to our full crystal placement nails. So with this nail, I have already prepared it with 2 coats of our Candy Kisses. Obviously, if we were doing it on a client, we'd be making sure that we did our prep, our base coat, and then 2 coats of our chosen colour. And then I've gone in with Material Girl. So this has given us a nice matte surface to be able to work on. So again, I'm going to go into my Gem Buddy. Now, if anyone has ever been to Disney, you will know that they have a thing called the Hidden Mickeys. So this is where they hide the silhouette of Mickey's head in all different things. So like artwork and flower beds and all sorts of things. You can find Hidden Mickeys across all of the parks. So we are going to create a hidden Mickey on this nail. So I'm going to go in with my large AB in the centre. I'm just going to give these little wiggles so that they are all sitting how I want them to sit. And then we're going to create that hidden Mickey. So I'm going to use my ABs to be able to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with lots of different colours of pinks and a few ABs as well, and some white opals to fill the entirety of this nail. So what you want to do is try not to put two of the same colour next to each other. Okay, so you want to create different colours sitting next to each other, so we've got that really nice random look. So once I've filled in the section that I'm working on, again I'm going in with that gem buddy, butting it up against crystals that I've already got on there, and just doing that really nice thin layer, because I'm confident in my gem buddy that these crystals that I've already placed on here aren't going to go anywhere. Okay, so again, carrying on with my crystal placement all the way around this nail. I'm working from that point of that Mickey head and creating that nice random look of crystal placement, using those opal crystals just as a little bit of interest going on. And using that honeycomb technique, so we want to sit these crystals into each other's corners, if that makes sense. So you don't want it to be like there, we're sitting them into the corners. Using different sizes as well, because that really does add to the effect. And again, just working our way round. When we run out of that gem buddy, just go back in and add a nice thin layer. You don't want it to be too thin because you want your crystals to be sat into the gem buddy, but again you don't want it too thick that it starts to pool up around your crystals. Now obviously this is the cuticle line that we would be working to, and also your side walls. So what you don't want to do is have any contact with your client's side walls or cuticle area, because again we don't want to overexpose them to any of that uncured product. So I'm going to continue to work round, making sure that they're all sitting nice and snug into one another. And then using our smaller crystals to come around this section here. And using our smaller crystals as gap fillers as well. So again, working around the entirety of the nail. And you can see again, I still haven't cured this nail whatsoever. So Gem Buddy is holding all of these crystals into place. Which means as well, when you're doing clients, you don't have to keep going in and out of the lamp God knows how many times, because you're so worried that your crystals are going to move around. So I just need to pop a little bit more of that Gem Buddy just in that section. Then pop my crystal in there. Making sure that they're sitting nice and snug into that cuticle line. Okay, and then I'm going to work on this lower free edge section. I'm going to cover the entirety here. Again, I haven't cured this nail. This is still just one application. I've just got a little bit of Gem Buddy there that I need to remove. And again, working my way down the nail, using that honeycomb technique to tuck them up in onto one another. Right to that free edge. Making sure that they are nice, there's no overhang either. And there you have it, our full crystal nail. So that is going to go into the lamp for a full 60-second cure. This nail is now complete, but we need to top coat this section here. So I'm going to go in with Material Girl, because again, I want that contrast between the shiny on our cashmere and the matte on our Candy Kisses. So I'm just literally butting the brush up against my crystals and most definitely not over them on both sides. And if you need to, pop a little bit of this down on your palette and then do it with a smaller brush to get into this section here, and then pulling that down to the free edge, and then as always capping that free edge as well. So I've just got a little bit of fluff in there and a fragment of glitter I'm just going to remove and then go back in. There we go. So that's now going to go in for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. Our full sparkle nail has now fully cured, and I'm just going to grab a lint-free pad and some gel residue wipe-off solution. I'm going to fold my lint-free pad into quarters so that I've got a nice point on here, okay? And I'm just going to go in and buff up my crystals to make sure that they're lovely and shiny. so there's no fingerprints or anything like that on there. And that completes this full encrusted crystal nail with that beautiful AB. If I just pop that up, wait for it to focus, and then you guys will hopefully be able to see that hidden Mickey in there. So sparkly, the camera, there we go. You can see that hidden Mickey just in there in those ABs, and that's the only part of this nail that I've used ABs. So our chevron French has now also fully cured, so you can see we've got that beautiful matte on our pink and against that contrast of our shiny, and that completes this design set. So I'm just going to take these off, pop them down, and then you guys will be able to see the finished look. So we have got our glitter fade, our castle, our bow using our 3D carving gel, our chevron French, and also our fully encrusted crystal nail. And you can also see together there the difference between the look of the pink and the blue, and this would be a beautiful gender reveal set of nails as well. So you could have one hand blue and one hand pink, and that completes this design set. So that completes part 2 of my Disney inspired birthday set for Emma Louise Critchlow. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this workshop, and if you did, please make sure you click the like button, and if you want to see any future workshops, please make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all soon.